Welcome to Hidden Hilltop Homestead. We are hitting the ground running this week. I got 3 projects in the works, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we got going on. So we got this quilt. This is a fall floral with a green back flannel. This is a throw quilt. This is row 7 and 8. I just finished these guys. I'm going to do this trim on the fringe, and then these 2 rows will be ready to go. So we have 7 and 8, and then I have 9, 10, 11, and 12 left to assemble and then add on, and then we'll put the 2 halves together, and then we'll have a going quilt. So we're going to work on that, and then on to the next one. And then quilt number 2, I have all of these squares quilted. These still need done. They need the X sewn through them. And then we'll move on to the assembly part, and then we'll put all the rows together and go from there. This is a Disney Halloween quilt. I have all of these sandwiches pinned. These still need pinned. I'm out of pins, so I need to work on the orange quilt so that I can work on this, get all of the sandwiches done, and then I still need to quilt these as well. And then of course we'll do the row assembly, and just like the other one. So the other one's gonna get done after this one. I want to get this one done first. Okay, so I have all of the rows for the green blanket completed. I just have the 2 halves to sew together. Then I'll have to trim the fringe on the 2 halves, and then I will do the outside fringe, and then it's going to be ready to go into the washer. And then my goal is also to get both of these quilted, at least start on the orange and the Halloween. So I'm going to get this situated and do some trim sewing and then get it in the washer. Alright, the green one is finished, all sewn together, trim is done, everything's been cut, and it's ready to go. I'm going to get this washed and dried and get this listed tonight, and while that's going on, I'm going to start quilting all of this stuff. So let's get this in and get some sewing done. The green fall blanket turned out gorgeous. Here it is completed. I'm going to get this listed on Facebook, and then I'm going to get right back to sewing. Alright, I got all of my orange squares quilted, so now I'm moving on to making the sandwiches for the Disney quilt, and I needed some pins to do this, so I was trying to get the orange one done while also freeing up materials for this. So the goal is to get these sandwiches completed, get these quilted, and then I'm probably going to start assembling the Disney quilt first because this is a Halloween themed one, and that's quickly approaching, whereas the other one's a fall one, so I feel like that could even go into November before people aren't interested. So we're going to work on getting all of these sandwiches made. Alright, just wrapped up all of my sandwiches, so I have everything separated by color, and hopefully this will make everything go by a lot smoother. So these need quilted, and then we'll start on the assembly. So the green fall quilt sold within like 15 minutes of being listed, which is absolutely amazing. I actually packaged my quilts now with these little care tip sheets and some color catcher sheets for their first wash. But anyways, I'm going to be dropping this off tomorrow, so super excited. Also, I completely missed an entire stack of the orange back fall quilt that needs quilted, so we're going to work on these really quick. Alright, now we have all of the fall ones officially quilted. So, I have everything separated into color here. I'm going to lay out my design here in a few minutes, and then I will, of course, mark the rows and get everything ready to make. But then I'm also going to lay out the Disney quilt and get it going too before I start sewing this one. But I feel like the Disney one's going to sell before this one will. Well, it needs to because it's October. Also, Chloe decided she wanted to come in here and help me, but we'll see how much of an assistant she is. But anyways, I'm going to get my design laid out. I will stop back and show you once that's done, and hopefully Chloe will let me work. So fingers crossed we can get everything accomplished tonight. All right, we're wrapping up the evening with the layout of this orange backed fall quilt, and I think this one is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, the little pops of yellow and the turquoise, and it's similar to the green one but still very different. Lots of mushrooms and the acorns, everything's just really cute. So I'm going to get these rows numbered, put off to the side, and then we're going to move on to the Disney quilt and do the same thing. Alright, we're moving on to quilting the Disney Halloween quilt. I'm going to get all of these squares done, and then we're going to get the design laid out, get it numbered. I'm going to start assembling this one first because the 31st is creeping up pretty quickly, and I want to make sure that this definitely has enough time before Halloween to actually sell. So the goal is to get this done today and start on assembly probably sometime this evening and go from there. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, that I'll have at least one quilt completely finished. Alright, we are finished quilting all of the Disney Halloween fabric. We have a Haunted Mansion, some stripes, Mickey and Minnie. We have Winnie the Pooh, Nightmare Before Christmas, Mike and Sully. We have Disney Villains, Nightmare Before Christmas, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, and Donald. We got Chloe, we got the Haunted Mansion, Nightmare Before Christmas, and then some black dots. So I'm going to work on getting all of this laid out in the design that I want, and then we're going to get all the rows pinned. Start assembly probably sometime tomorrow. Alright, so the design is laid out. My brain has melted. I don't usually do designs with less than like 14 different fabric options. So when I have 12, I have to like lay everything out a particular way to make sure that I don't have any overlap. It's a little bit more difficult. Anyways, we accomplished it. It's beautiful, and it's actually already sold. People were interested in it when they saw that I was posting pictures of working on something like this, so that's amazing. Don't have to worry about that. I just have to get that done, and then I'm going to get this one done after I finish this. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog here, and if you want to see the finished product of this quilt, definitely make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you are notified when I put out new content. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching me work. I greatly appreciate the company. So we'll see you next time, guys. Bye!